Musikens språk. Musikens språk är det enda transcendentala språket, då det är det enda språk som förstås av alla språk utan förkunskaper. Även den mest omusikaliska människa kan förstå en enkel melodi och därav bringas till känslomässig reaktion av upplyftande slag, vilket knappast något talat språk i samma mån kan göra. Dock har musiken sin egen grammatik, ehuru enkel, utan vilken musiken inte har någon mening. Liksom en språksats måste bestå av subjekt och predikat för att alls ha någon mening, kräver musiken melodi, harmoni och rytm. En melodi kan vara utan harmonik och rytm, men är då naken och behöver kläder. Harmoniken är den fulländade kostymen, kläderna gör mannen, medan rytmen gör den mera skräddarsydd och passande, så att den kan klä vem som helst. Men med dessa tre komponenter, melodi, harmoni och rytm, är musiken oslagbar som språk och tränger igenom överallt, överglänser alla språk och förenar dem, till vilka språk och ord som helst kan sättas till musik. Den inneboende kosmiska ordningen i musiken är därtill så fullkomlig i sin natur och så ren i sin begripliga abstrakthet att den i regel alltid har en positiv, upplyftande och inspirerande verkan. Den är i sig ett ideal i sin oantastliga abstrakthet. Den är, som Leonardo da Vinci sade, det abstrakta konkretiserat och kan därmed sägas utgöra en förenande länk mellan idévärlden och verkligheten med en sorts prometeisk funktion i en upplyftande verkan för människan. Beethoven såg sig själv som en Prometheus som stal elden från gudarna för att ge den åt människorna. Kort sagt, musiken har just det som alla språken saknar, det där lilla extra som bättre kan förena alla språk och folk och nationaliteter än vad någon politisk talare kan göra. Säg det med musik och budskapet går fram, medan nästan alla predikanter alltid talar blott för döva öron. The language of music. It's the only transcendental language, as the only language to be understood immediately without prerequisites. The most unmusical person can understand a simple melody, and thereby be brought to an uplifting emotional reaction, which hardly any other language is capable of to the same degree. However, music has its grammar, which is simple, but without which music is but noise without a meaning. Like a sentence must consist of subject and predicate to convey any meaning, music must have melody and harmony and rhythm. A melody can exist without harmonics. A melody can exist without harmonics and rhythm, but is then naked and needs dressing up. Harmonics is the perfect costume, while rhythm will make it fit to any purpose universally. And thus, with these three components, melody, harmony, and rhythm, music is superior as language and will get through anywhere, outshine all languages and unite them, for any word and language can be set to music. The natural cosmic order within music is so consummate in its nature and so pure in its comprehensive abstractness that it generally always has a positive, uplifting and inspiring effect. It's something of an ideal in itself, in its unassailable abstraction. It is, as Leonardo da Vinci said, the abstract made concrete, and could thereby be described as a unifying link between the ideal world and reality, with a kind of Promethean function of uplifting effect to man. Beethoven sometimes regarded himself as a modern Prometheus, stealing fire from the gods to light up man. In brief, as a language, music has what all other languages lack, the something extra, which better can unite all languages and people and nations than any political speaker can do. Say it in music and the message will get through, while almost any preacher always preached to only deaf auditions. Skrotarsvängen. Ingen får ges möjlighet att undgå den allmänna medborgerliga plikten till konsumtion av skräp och skval till förbannelse. Du måste vara med i skrotarsvängen, konsumera mera, köpa mera skräp och njuta av reklamkanalerna i tv varje kvart, de upplysande avbrotten i varje film när den är som mest spännande, som lämplig distansiering till engagemanget, och reklamen är ju alltid upplysning, varenda konsumeringskommendering om igen, varenda kvart, för upprepningspedagogikens skull. Och följ sig noggrant med allt vad som händer inom sporten. Ingen stress är mer hysterisk eller viktig. Hänger du ej med i stresssamhällets mediehjärntvätt med dess absoluta krav på ständigt mera konsumtion, så är du ute och passé och har ej någonting i samhället att göra, som är bara till för dem som hjälper till i den universella självförtäringens självdestruktivitet. The sin of beauty. If the attractiveness of beauty is a sin, then every sin is beautiful and should be obligatory in every education, taught at school and wallowed in as subject, universally, for health and benefit to everyone. But I think beauty is much better than a sin. It is a medicine and remedy against all ugliness, the opposite of everything in life that drags you down, the counterpart and other side of history, excluded shamefully from ordinary history accounts, while only beauty managed to survive it. So let's dedicate ourselves to the exoneration constantly forever of the sin of beauty, which you never really can have quite enough of. The problem with beauty. The problem about beauty is it is too beautiful. Every beauteous lady is too beautiful, and you can never have them all, and even if you have one of them, that is not enough, since there is always someone else who happens to be even more beautiful. The eyes cannot resist the charm of beauty. You just have to fall for every one of them. There is not a chance of an escape, while more often than not you are deluded, and the beauty proves to be a mask of shallowness, which only complicates the problem. Thus you learn with age to look beyond the mask of beauty, and eventually you will discover that real beauty has no permanence except within the soul. Skönhetens problem. Skönhetens problem är att den är för skön. Varje vacker kvinna är för vacker, och du har ej någon möjlighet att få dem alla. Även om du vinner en av dem så är det aldrig tillfredsställande, då det finns alltid någon vackrare. Skönhetens förtrollning är oemotståndlig, man kan bara falla för den, man kan bara falla för varenda vacker kvinna, och att komma undan detta är omöjligt, medan man dock snart blir offer för sitt eget självbedrägeri, när det som oftast skönheten blott visar sig en mask för avgrunder av ytlighetens tomhet, vilket bara komplicerar skönhetens problem. Så lär man sig med åren att se bortom skönhetens maskeringskamouflage och där upptäcka att verklig skönhet aldrig är bestående utom i själen. Avatar blues. Blue is beautiful, especially when it is natural, as in those precious beings living there among the trees, of utopian world Pandora in perfect symbiosis with all living things with deeper harmony and empathy than any human being here on earth. A monster race of egoism and strife, a self-destructive and unnatural absurdity which most of all is qualified for war and secondly for greed. That's all the history is all about. And yet this blue race in the sky was actually invented here by man, a wonderful result of his imagination, like an ideal and alternative humanity who hasn't yet committed those mistakes that ruined mankind's history. And that is all that we can learn of, our own creativeness and fantasy, the striving for idealism that never left us, but made us go on in spite of all, against our own destructiveness, to maybe one day triumph after all? That actually may be our only hope. Philosophical digression. The exquisite subtlety of genderless love is best expressed in music, someone told me, for its capability of the extremest tenderness without temptation of exaggeration or of going any step too far. Which brings me to the possibility that music actually might be the very heart and essence of love, language and expression, hardly able to get further purified and concentrated. That brings us to the more wondrous possibility that love is truest without genders. Could it possibly be true? Well, anyone could fall to music when it is a love expression, and to that fall sex and gender are superfluous. Utsvävning. Könlös kärleks utsökta subtilitet uttrycks bäst genom musiken, sade någon, för dess fallenhet för ömhet in absurdum, utan risk för överdrifter eller överfall, eller ens för möjlighet att gå för långt, vilket leder oss till möjligheten att musiken kunde vara själva hjärtat och essensen för det rena kärleksspråket och dess uttryck, som nog knappast kunde bli mer rent och koncentrerat. Detta för oss till den ännu märkligare möjligheten att kärleken är verkligast och sannast utan kön. Kan verkligen det vara sant? Vem kan åtminstone ej falla för musiken när den ägnar sig åt kärleksuttrycksfullhet? Och i sådant fall är både sex och kön helt utan all betydelse. Youth. The youth is always there no matter how it ages. You are never dead and gone since once you were alive, and that life at its best is what survives forever. In its supremest health and beauty, vitality and charm and fragrance, you can never lose it, even if you die, and aging is just maturation. All the best parts of your life and person are embedded in your soul, to there shine forth in splendid continuity forever. Ungdom. Ungdomen är alltid där, hur än den åldras. Du är aldrig död och borta eftersom du en gång levt. Och ditt liv när det var som bäst är vad som alltid lever vidare i sin krafts skönhets bästa hälsa, charm, vitalitet och energi som ej någonsin kan gå förlorad även om du dör. Och åldrandet är bara mognad. Allt det bästa av ditt liv och din person bevaras kontinuerligt i din själ för att där ständigt lysa vidare i upphörlig härlighet för alltid. Paradise speculation. Tell me, what is paradise? This strange ideal that everybody dreams of, but which no one yet has seen. But ask me, for I know it. The problem is, it is not practical, nor physical, nor tangible in any way, but purely intellectual. a utopia which, however, does exist and everyone is well familiar with, who knows about ideals and dreams and beauty and the charm of knowledge and its acquisition. If it were to be defined at all, I would fain liken it to sitting down in peaceful studies, listening to soothing music, letting creativity flow forth. That is the only paradise I know, and that is good enough for me. Some ordinary beating around the bush. My heart belongs to you, it always did. I never had it for myself, but only for my love, who kept it never to herself, but always kept returning it to me, so that I could continue giving it to her in perfect continuity, as long as love goes on, as long as life goes on, as long as I can still adore you, which I never could stop doing so far, since your beauty always was of some eternal irresistibility, which keeps me going on, and which could keep me going on, if not forever, then at least for all eternity at the time being. Diagnosis. The ecstasy of love is like a dream materialized, but still remaining dreamlike in its nature and its substance for all its tangible reality, transporting you from that reality to the more esoterical dimensions of eternal dreams, while still your love remains at present all too real to not be true, in spite of its extraterrestrial substance, cleaving you in half and double, stranded in reality, with undeniable eternity of all too present love. There is no way out but capitulation to eternity, to love, all in a fickle moment of the fleeting now. Spooks. They are always there and waiting for you in the mists of apocryphal mystery, in other dimensions of paranormality, but always ready for you to welcome you back to their eternal and extraterrestrial community, where you will always have a home amidst the continuity of undying philosophy, adoring love and beauty above all, that will triumph and expand forever, ignorant of any risk or chances of impediment. While in that zone there are no limits, only perfect freedom that can only grow at large, to ever keep that mystical philosophy alive, of beauty never waning and of love not ever fading. Stuck. You can cope with the entanglement and the ensnaring self-consumption of addictive love that traps you in a black hole of devouring exhaustion to just keep you prisoner with no escape, since you delight in the outrageous masochistic madness that eats up your soul in painful loss until you languish in supreme despair. And yet the miracle phenomenon is this, that you just cannot stop, but must continue lusting, driving on in spite of all, in self-consuming and outrageous folly, since your energy in that direction is a black hole that can never be fulfilled or satisfied, and thus you keep on roller coastering without hope and no end, except in new black holes in darkness through the universe. Spring of youth, how could I else than love you for your irresistibility and charm and magic of eternal youth, transcending even timelessness and all conceivable dimensions, since you never are the same, although your beauty never changes, as if it was renewed each day, returning to its freshest basics. And thus can I never be relieved of you, but kept apace with you instead, renewed with you to ever greater love, in the eternal spring of love, which is but truth and beauty entertained. Comment. As my dreams come true, I think of you, the realizer of my dreams, transforming life into a paradise of dreams materialized into reality. So how can this result in less than an obsession? Stay by me, remain just as you are, and nothing could become more perfect, since I never was the one to ever give up love once I was sure of it.